T3 Media.
Welcome back to another episode of Talking Through the Medias. I'm your host, Joy Fagan, and joining me tonight is my hubby, Chris Fagan.
Hey guys, prepare yourself. Welcome to another episode of Talking Through the Medias. Right here at T3Media Studios, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. Tonight we're going to talk about the drama that's going on out there in Marvel and the gaslighting that's obviously going on. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I believe a little bit of it and why probably why it might not be exactly what they say it is. We're also going to go into the Wayback Machine, talk a little bit about some nostalgia for VHS. We were just having a funny conversation one-on-one about VHS nostalgia and how kids today don't know how good they have it. Also, I'm going to run down some 2024 flops and give you my thoughts on all that stuff. So guys, if you're joining us on a Saturday, I know we haven't gone live on a Saturday night in a while, but I wanted to just get on here and discuss these things before, because they were important. There was things that I wanted to discuss previously, but I didn't get a chance to, and I just want to come out there and do it. So guys, if you want to join us, lend us your ear. Tell me what you guys think about these topics as we're discussing, or if you're watching this after the fact. If you're watching us live, hope you're joining us live. Share in the comments what you think. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by go to the description and hit us up, and you can send a tip or a super chat if you want to do so. Or if not, hit the like button. Just hit the like button, and that also boosts this video and helps us out tremendously, and we appreciate you guys for doing that. If you become a subscriber, if you follow us on all the socials, we appreciate you for that as well. So without further ado, babe, what's the first topic of the night?
From Variety, Beau DeMayo's lawyer accuses Disney of gaslighting and planting illegal, unconscionable items in contracts after X-Men 97 creator was fired.
So this was something that came up recently this week. So from what I heard, what I understood is that Beau, when he was fired, I got the topic wrong. That was from yesterday. Let me fix that. Let's see if I got, come on, lower third. Looks like the thing isn't working, so it's not going to let me. Beau, I can force it. Here we go. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. So Beau, he told nothing when he was originally fired. When he was fired, the X-Men 97 showrunner, it was just hush hush and nobody said anything, which was to me a good thing because it's professional. Whatever the scandal is, you know what? Let's not make much ado about nothing. Everybody, just stay professional on both sides. But then I was thinking, it's only a matter of time. Usually, just we learn with Dr. Disrespect. When nobody says anything, that means something really bad must have happened. So, and this was a while back. And then when X-Men 97 came out and how it was so well received, people were thinking, just bring him back. You know what? People always go like, I don't care what he did. Bring him back. No, but when you find out what the accusations are, you probably might care. So, but again, both sides were staying professional. No one was saying anything. And if you guys have any new information, let me know if we don't cover it. But from what I understand, it was something like recently he revealed, or he gave his side of the story and said that the reason why he was fired was because of some pride material, I guess, or something that he displayed on social media or maybe at work, and said that's why they fired me. And then when you do that, whatever the agreement is about non-disclosure or whatever, you were the first one to open your mouth. So okay, you're not going to throw us under the bus. Now it's time for us to respond. So Disney responded pretty much with no, don't try to put that on us. Because how are you going to call us anti-pride or anti-this or that when Disney is, for one, Disney is, especially in Florida, is the pride capital of the world. They're the most quote unquote woke. So it's like, no, we didn't fire you for that. We fired you for some inappropriate, I'll put it like that, behavior that you were displaying at the workplace towards other employees after, and we gave you chances, just like Gina Carano. We gave you a chance to stop and you didn't. And that's why we fired. So it all started to come out. And now the back and forth with the lawyers said, what did it say right there? Some gaslighting that the lawyers said they're Disney trying to gaslight us. Like that, you know.
Planting of items in contracts, illegal, unconscionable items in contracts.
So okay. So here's the part why I sort of believe it, because that goes into another trending thing. Guys, tell me if you've seen this. You might be hearing this for the first time, but this is something that I've discovered on TikTok that I did not know was happening. Recently, a man lost his wife. His wife died from I think in a Disney establishment. What was it? Disney World or Disneyland? Mm-hmm. From being served food that she was allergic to. She lost her life, and he wanted to sue for wrongful, death. And then it came out in court, or it came out in what is it called, litigation or whatever, that no, you can't technically sue us because you have Disney Plus. And because you have Disney Plus, you remember you signed in the terms and conditions that, and this has nothing to do with this, but this is linked to what's going on. You signed an agreement saying you can never sue us. So if Disney is sneaky enough to put that in terms and conditions for something as basic as Disney Plus, I can believe that they could put some predatorial, some effed up things into a contract. The way the Beau's lawyers is saying. What about you? Did you remember hearing about this? And what do you think? Could Disney, woke Disney?
It's sometimes it. I mean, I'm not saying in this case necessarily, but sometimes it comes down to both sides are doing some wrong. Mm-hmm. Okay, you played dirty, I'll play dirtier. So it's like he may not have been innocent, but then Disney's not either. It's a little of both.
Right. Exactly. So let's go down real quick. What exactly this article comes out? This comes to us from Variety, and let me get this out the way here. From Variety, it says, okay. Beau DeMayo's lawyers accused Disney of gaslighting and planting illegal, unconscionable items in contracts after 1997 creator was fired. Let's see. X-Men 97 creator Beau DeMayo's attorney has issued a statement in response to Disney saying that DeMayo was fired from the series due to misconduct allegations, stating this: having much experience with Disney, the playbook is always the same. Attorney Brian Friedman said in the statement to Variety, family friendly on the outside, but secretly attempting to plant illegal, unconscionable items in contracts that silence the truth and stop the employee/customers. And that's why I brought up that lawsuit that was happening with that man who was suing because they're doing this to customers allegedly from asserting basic unconstitutional basic constitutional rights. So now going back to that other story about the lawsuit, and you can't sue us because you got Disney Plus. How the heck are you going to be able to put in a terms and condition or sneak in a contract that people probably don't read, something that protects you from being sued for future crimes? How is that legal? And from what I understand, it is legal or being upheld. But if you ask me, have a presidential candidate say that they're going to fight to take that out to stop that, and they might get my vote. I mean, because I don't see how Disney or any company can get away with bullying their employees and customers, saying that you can, hey, remember, if you want to work for us or if you want to use our goods and services, you are agreeing to never, ever sue me in court if I commit a crime against you, a future crime, like a dang precog from Minority Report. So you're planning on committing crimes against me in the future? And I love Disney. I like Disney. So I'm not one of these Disney's woke kind of guys, but it's predatorial, and I don't like it. Babe, what do you think? Am I right about it? Or am I wrong about it? What do you think?
My only thing, again, it's not saying Disney's right, but it is why you have someone, hopefully your lawyer, read every line of a contract.
Right. And that's for like employees. But what about us customers?
Well, yeah. I mean, they tell you to read the stuff that you click, and no one ever does.
They agreed. They totally agreed.
They click that button. But I'm speaking on this case.
Yeah.
I mean, he had I'm sure I hope he had a lawyer go over his contract, and you would think they would have read every line to say, here's the sentence here. It's a little sketchy.
Yeah.
I want to get that worked out. I don't like that.
Yeah. Oh, I got to use that sound if it's working.
Like
yeah. It's not. I don't see it. Anyway, I agree. I don't like it either. And I think it's very predatorial. And let me see if I can go back into the article and see if I can read a little bit more. The statement comes one day after Disney issued a statement of its own regarding not only why DeMayo was fired from the series, but why his credits are to be removed from the second season. I did not know that. Dang. Because people are looking forward to this second season, and because of how well the first season was received, they were like, give him his job back. Not only did we fire him, but that's probably where the gaslighting part comes from. But we taking you off. You ain't even eligible for an award, the Emmy next time. Since you want to, how about that? Since you want to throw us under the bus saying we fired you because you kind of say that you're trying to say that we're anti-allies or whatever you want to call us. No, Disney's like, no, you're not going to, you're not going to do that to us. They came with receipts. They're like, okay, no. So DeMayo has taken to social media earlier in the day, stating that Disney had taken the aforementioned actions due to Pride posts DeMayo made in June. I assumed that it was because of his orientation. I thought that's what people would think. That's why Disney fired. But then I'm like, that makes no sense. Disney is always being called woke and all that stuff. And they are being accused of being too much of allies to the gay community. So why would they then all of a sudden start fighting? That part never made sense to me. I was like, come on, y'all are just grasping at straws. So Disney responded by saying that it took action after an investigation found that DeMayo had committed egregious misconduct during his time on the show, but did not elaborate as to the nature of the misconduct. A source told Variety that it was sexual misconduct that led to DeMayo's initial removals and repeated violations of his separation agreement led to the removal of his second season credits. A statement here, as we will explain through detailed examples, which we will roll out in details one by one. Disney's model is very clear and a representative and repetitive illegal pattern. Friedman's statement continues. Once it gets challenged and exposed for the gaslighting, redirection of the blame towards anyone willing to tell the truth starts through an initial well-oiled publicity machine. The reasons why I can kind of believe that was because during the times of Bob Chapek, that's how they treated Scarlett Johansson. They tried to gaslight her and use the machine against her when she was just fighting for the original agreement to have her Black Widow movie in theaters and things like that. And then they threw her under the bus and they tried to gaslight her and say, well, I can't believe you're trying to hurt us, this $1 billion company during a pandemic. Like, no, dude, you're still a $1 billion company. So there's things that I can believe. Like when Disney was quick to come up with the receipts, I was like, okay, maybe this is just a disgruntled ex-employee. He was being very professional at first. I mean, we saw Jonathan Majors do the same thing. He was asked a very leading question about it. Why are they throwing you under the bus when they didn't do the same thing to Robert Downey Jr. and and Ezra Miller? They did worse things than you. Why are you being thrown? And he was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to go there with you. I'm going to try to stay professional because there's still a chance. Maybe there's still a hope that we can still work together again in the future. But maybe, just maybe, Beau is like, there's obviously no chance. So it's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and expose everything. So maybe, I mean, that's probably what's going on with this whole thing. When he realized, you know what, there's no hope. So, you know what, I don't care what agreement I sign. I'm exposing exactly what's really, quote unquote, going on. And Disney was ready with their own receipts. No, you were being a little too much in the workplace, and we tried to told you, stop it, and you kept doing it. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, based on the way other Disney employees, actors, and whatnot, customers like us, consumers have been treated, I can believe what Beau is probably saying. But if Disney can come out with them receipts of like, no, we brought you into HR, we gave you a chance, especially if they can prove that they warned him before, and maybe if the person that they're saying that he harassed in the work environment complained about it and they still tried to give him a chance, maybe because they didn't want to, it's probably a bad look to fire somebody, like him. So I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but I don't. Anyway, it goes. It's an interesting situation. Tell me what you guys think. Where, after reading this and seeing the statements from both sides, where do you lean? Or do you 100% believe, no, they're predators. They're doing this to him, and it's not fair? Or can you admit, maybe I'm biased because I really like the cartoon and I just want him to stay on. And I feel like if the formula that wasn't in place that made it so great isn't still in place, that it's going to get bad in the future. And I don't. Or you're like, no, you know what? I'm going to be down the middle. Whatever the truth is, there's their side, there's this other side, and in the middle, there's the truth. Let us know what you guys think. What do you lean more towards? And or if you have anything else to share, anything else to add, let us know what you guys have found. And let's keep talking. All right. Moving on to the next topic, babe. What do we have coming up next?
Kids today don't know how good they have
Oh, yeah. So it was a discussion that me and Joy were having earlier about, for some reason, VHS tapes. I was talking about how kids today don't really know how good they have it.
I was talking about my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Used to have me watch lots of old movies.
Mm-hmm.
But she wanted them recorded for her off TV.
There's one list. Back in the day when we had to record live TV or recorded or reruns, we had to do it on VHS tapes.
And she didn't want the commercials, so she wanted me to be the pause and unpause button.
Yeah.
So that we would miss the commercials.
The VCR had a feature where while recording, you could pause the recording instead of just stop and then push. You have to remember to push it again when the commercials ended. Otherwise, but you said you forgot to push the record.
I mean, obviously,
keeping up with it.
Have done it.
Yeah.
Also with tapes.
Yeah.
On the radio.
Cassette
you get
tapes,
distracted and forget to unpause.
Yeah.
And then you've missed however many minutes of the show you've been waiting. And it's not like today where it's on demand or you can rewind. You just lost.
You got the option to take out watch it without the commercials or with the commercials. Yeah. Here's another thing that I remember, the struggle with VHS tape. I used to work for Blockbuster Video, so I know this stuff. Always have you would go to the rental store, you rent your movie, you watch your movie, you turn it back in. If you don't rewind Be kind, rewind. That was something that used to get on my dang nerves. If you didn't rewind the tape, you would get fined for it because that would take time away from them. We had like 10 VHS rewinder things. That's the only thing that it did. You put the tape in, you press it down, and it starts rewinding the tape for you. And it would go really, really fast. But it was always like, we considered it a hassle. Like you could have did it for yourself, but so if you turn this tape back in, you get charged like $5, $2, whatever the charge was to your account because you forgot to rewind. Some people would be petty, and even if it was rewound, but if it wasn't rewound all the way to the beginning, you would still get that fee. Stuff like that. What's some other things about VHS do you remember that used to annoy you?
Specifically with like renting a movie.
Yeah.
You know, they only typically have so many of whatever's brand new out, and they go quick. Mm-hmm. So then you're waiting around to see what people are returning because you want the
people who used to wait by the counter, wait.
I'm waiting on that one.
Yeah, wait in the store, waiting for somebody else to return. You know that what box office budget and buzz around a certain movies that were deemed average or blockbuster hits or must-haves would determine how many copies a rental store would buy. And the reason why it was such a big deal about shelf space with Blockbuster is because even though each individual store was getting movies from corporate got charged a lot of money for each copy of every VHS tape. Like a VHS tape back in the day was like $15, $20, depending on the movie. But Blockbuster would get charged like $100 for each copy. That's why it was important to rent it out as many times as possible because they were trying to get that money back. So you got 20 copies of 100 copies of Titanic. Each one of those copies cost Blockbuster $100. That's why they wanted it rented off so many times, $5, $5. So because they wanted to get their money back. So that's why Blockbuster was notorious about those fees. Another thing about VHS that I remember that was static. When tapes would wear out, remember that static button?
You get your lines.
The lines in the middle of it that would mess it up.
Like the picture would be like jerky,
distorted and stuff. You try to get it all perfect like that static. Like kids, y'all don't know nothing about that stuff nowadays. Nowadays, if the internet works, the movie's gonna play. Back in the day, if a tape could get destroyed because it was exposed to the sun,
someone put a piece of tape over the end so they could record. Because it had those little tabs.
Yeah.
So that you can't record, but just like with a cassette tape, if you cover it, you can People used to do that. You could record over a rental VHS tape. Some people who didn't care about their Blockbuster membership or whatever would take a cartoon movie, a Disney movie, and record adult content over it. Rewind it, put it back in the box, package it up, and turn it back in. Probably cancel their Blockbuster membership after that, and as a joke, as a prank, would then return it back to Blockbuster, and then just wait for the chaos to ensue. They wouldn't, so you rent it to somebody else, and the kid plays it, and all of a sudden, just all kinds of adult content is in front of them. Well, people used to do all kinds of crazy stuff with tapes. It gets stuck in the tape in the VCR.
Oh God!
And you're trying to get it out without tearing the tape up.
Your VHS and that's when you would get charged a whole bunch of money. Remember when I told you that Blockbuster would get charged a whole bunch of money for each copy. So whenever you damaged a brand new movie like that, even if it was by accident, you wouldn't get charged what the movie cost. You got charged what Blockbuster paid for it.
And then you had like the more that things got I don't know if you want to call it high tech, but the people that learned how to connect multiple
VCRs together.
Yeah, so that way you could copy.
Bootleg. Oh yeah, bootlegging was so great back then. Bootlegging was so.
Like I got double VCRs.
It was physical.
Blank tape in. And
physical
copy.
Media bootleg. You guys, even you bootleggers are privileged because all you got to do now is just click, move a file. Back in the day. There was a system in place. You had to have multiple VCRs connected with each other. Bootleggers put in time.
And they had to start playing that advertisement at the beginning of your of your movie.
Yeah.
Piracy is illegal.
Yeah.
That little commercial they would say.
And it's funny how the pirates would usually keep that in there too, just as a they didn't care. They record the whole damn tape, even the pirate warning. Pirate, but bootleg. Yeah, remember piracy is a crime, and you're watching it on a bootleg VHS. And you're like, I don't give a damn. Play Titanic. I don't care. I want to see the Matrix. I mean, y'all kids don't know how it was back then. It was chaos, and it was amazing. But yeah, that's I wanted to talk about that. Like what's another thing? I already talked about late fees and things like that. Like I said, I used to work at Blockbuster. It was great. I wish I had some Blockbuster memorabilia. I need to find some. It's so hard to find now. It's worth a lot of money. Anyway, I don't know if you guys have any VHS horror stories. Next time we bring this topic up, we're gonna move on to DVD. Just let us know what you guys have that you guys want us to talk about, and let's keep talking about that. All right, but what's the next thing that's up?
Box office flops of 2024.
Yeah, Forbes came out with there's a list already. So far, the movies that have flopped for 2024. I'll go over the list, the whole list real quick. But no, I won't, because I haven't seen them all. Okay. But from the top 10, we got some that was highlighted.
Surprise!
Which one?
Madam Web.
Madam Web was number
10.
Was number 10.
I mean, I'm
on
shocked.
The list. That should have been number 1. Well, how much money did Madam Web make?
$43 million.
Too much money. All right, what else was on the list?
Number 9 was Night Swim at $32 million.
I saw Night Swim. Night Swim was not that great of a movie. It was not. It was too many plot holes. Too many. I don't know what was going on with that movie. It was an okay horror movie, but it wasn't that great. What else was on
number 7's Abigail at $25 million.
You guys let me down. Abigail was a great movie.
I'm surprised. I didn't watch it, but it seemed like it was good.
That was a great movie. I want a franchise from that. That was a great movie. How much money did it make?
25.
Damn. Abigail was a great movie. It's available now on Peacock. It's streaming now. I'm gonna watch it again. That was a good movie. And the horror. Even though it is a horror, I know horror isn't your thing, but you will, because it's funny too. You would enjoy Abigail. So what else was on that list?
Number 6, Monkey Man.
Another great movie.
I said I know you liked that.
Another great movie. My friend Sean was watching that one. Come on, guys. I mean, you guys are always complaining, Hollywood doesn't make anything original anymore. Another great movie. What else did I have
Number
highlighted?
1, Lisa Frankenstein, which I thought was cute.
We saw that at a screening.
9.7.
Yeah, that was
terrible.
We have that's 5 out of the whole 10. And also making up on that list, the Garfield movie was one of the flops. Furiosa was also a movie that flopped, that people were like, that was a great movie. It's funny how 2024 has so many blockbusters that makes you go. Well, that said that this we're having a record-breaking year, post the pandemic. We're finally getting back on track as far as Hollywood and blockbuster movies and whatnot. But the movies that should have added to that, to uplifting that, like Furiosa, it flopped. I understand why Garfield flopped, but I mean, it's interesting how some of these movies flopped and how some of it. Oh, I do have the whole list. So let me just run down the list real fast. The whole list goes like this: number 1, Lisa Frankenstein, $9 million. Number 2, The Watchers, only made $18 million. Ordinary Angels came in at number 3. I don't even know what the movie that is. Came in at only $19 million. Okay. First Omen, I know. I assumed that one was going to flop. Only made $20 million. Author of the King. I have no idea what that is. Went under the radar for me. And a lot of the problem with this is marketing. I mean, a lot of you guys don't know how to market your movie. $25 million. Monkey Man, 25.12. Abigail, 25.8. Imaginary at number 8. Imaginary, isn't that's not the Ryan Reynolds, that's not that was that other horror movie. Notice that there's a lot of horror movies on this list. Imaginary was trash. That movie was so bad, so bad. And then Night Swim and Madam Web but Imaginary should be higher on this list. Imaginary should be higher. That movie was so bad. I never seen Ordinary Angels and First Omen, and then but I just Imaginary was so bad. And obviously because it's a comic book movie, obviously Madam Web made the most money, and it's found that's a drinking game type of a movie. I don't know. Anyway, let us know what movie flop you loved or hated the most. Share your thoughts on it. I want to hear you guys talk about it. And as the list grows, as the years go along, we'll come back to this topic again, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining us on this episode of Talking Through the Medias on a Saturday. Like I said, we normally don't do this on a Saturday, but I'm going to try to change that. I'm going to try to get more shows out there for you guys. So, guys, if you want to reach out to us, support the channel, find us on that T3Media Studios on all the socials. Lend us your ear, lend us your content, your comments, your questions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Let us know, and we appreciate your support. If you want to find me, you can always reach out to me at Chris W. Fagan on all socials or at T3Media Studios. That's where I'll be. And, baby, if people want to find you online, where can they do so?
My TikTok's Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy.
Guys, like I said, thank you guys for watching this stream. Let us know your questions, comments, and concerns. If you're watching this live after the fact, just come on and holler at us. We love you guys. Talking Through the Medias was brought to you in front of a live studio audience of people who are kind because we rewind. Till next time, guys. Peace. Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a patron. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep talking.